Having some kind of strategic positioning would be important. Being pragmatic, continue to be open and inclusive.
In North America, we have the US economy at about 45% risk of recession, right? Not quite 50%.
Today, we talk about a topic that is undoubtedly at the forefront of every business leader's mind. ASEAN and Malaysia's economic outlook 2026.
Navigating these geopolitical tensions would be one of the key challenges.
Your alternative could be turned inwards. That means within Malaysia itself, your domestic industries.
A large part of the recovery is due to the fact that we have fairly strong financial institutions.
So these are something that help Malaysia to move on to another track.
Productivity gap is the real competitiveness gap.
Seamless integration is the key to our public transport network success.
Therefore, MOT recognizes the urgent need for strategic investment to diversify transport system, alleviate congestion, and ensure that infrastructure is fit for purpose.
This third iteration is perhaps the most important one and the most meaningful one because it's a bilateral agreement between Singapore and Malaysia.
Even before the ink is dry on this agreement, we are already talking about RTS2 or the possibility of it, and the ETS has started running.
JSSZ is more than a collaboration between two neighbours, Singapore and Johor. It has the potential to reshape how Johor and Singapore grow together as we look forward to 2026 and beyond.
It's about how do we build the supply chain and even the value chain to support, for example, data center, high-tech manufacturing, life sciences, and so on and so forth.
Now, 2026 is the year of execution. The government's reform and development agenda is in motion, and its effects are already being felt.
For each million in population growth, we also expect that would translate to additional demand for commercial real estate.
And something investors now need to be mindful of looking forward about underwriting their business plans is this affordability factor.
As compared to the traditional assets, do investors in the UK view these living sectors as defensive income plays or growth assets?
Give or take a couple 100 million, but generally signed property will sell about 4 billion worth of sales per year.
And our pipeline GDV in the UK increased from 600 million ringgit to 9.1 billion ringgit today.
So what would be your criteria in terms of picking the kind of asset that you want to invest in?
In today's world, less is more. As a recent Skift article said, luxury travelers no longer want more. They want less. Less noise, less friction. One of the key pillars that actually came out in Malaysia was actually that refined the industry a little bit is actually in the area of wellness and healthcare. We use a lot of technology in our office between architect and engineer so we can actually interpret.
YB Tuan Chiew plays a pivotal role in shaping Malaysia's tourism and hospitality agenda, particularly as we prepare for the landmark Visit Malaysia Year 2026.
And properties that proactively adapt their designs and offerings to meet these evolving expectations will not only remain resilient, but also highly competitive.
In 1993, the Data Langkawi was considered as a pioneering luxury resort embedded within nature.
There is an emergence of domestic tourism, people traveling for staycation, they go for the destinations within Malaysia.
I know Data has got all the strength. If I ask you the three strengths, you probably can ramble off. Maybe you should say that, the three strengths why Data is probably the most profitable hotel.
It's a